Right. YouTube should give me the link any second. All right. Hello and welcome to your third tribal council of Distortion Survivor Thrilltopia. We are here with the Teacups 2.0. And before we continue, I'm just going to bring in some friends here. Give me 1 second. They'll be here any second. Please welcome Sam and Marvin. As mentioned before, these two will be at your tribal council. This is an effect of Thrill Island. They will have a vote, but whether they're immune is up for them to disclose. So let's start with Chris V. Chris V, this is your second time being at a tribal council. It's nice to start a game knowing that everyone has attended tribal at least once, but in your case, now you've attended twice. How are you feeling coming into this tribal council, especially right after a swap?
I thought it was going to be a lot easier than what it happens to be from what I understand today. And we came in with the majority, and I thought it was going to be kind of straightforward, but after today, I don't know if it has been. So I'm a little nerve-wracked. I've been stressed all day. So that's kind of where I'm at with this.
All right, let's move to Eric. Eric, again, you guys just swap, and Crispy's talking about how this round should have been easier than it was, and that presumably he was in a majority, but now things have quote unquote gone to shit. Do you agree with this? And how are you kind of feeling being in a minority in a swap?
I just feel like there's like a lot of like weird kind of communication, I guess, throughout the tribe in just general. Like, because like there's dynamics of like teacups, Skyfall, and now we're all pushed together. And who's coming? Skyfall, teacup. Like that's conversations that are always, have to be had. So like, yeah, it was just a lot of like, holy, like the game picked up. You know what I mean? Like it picked up.
All right, let's move to Julia. Julia, Eric says the game has picked up since the swap. You guys obviously went to tribal council in the pre-swap. How is the energy preparing for the OG tribal to this swap tribal Ben?
Night and day, Probst. It's been night and day.
God.
Um, the first one, it was simple. It was easy. I took a nap before. Like it was it was fine. And I was chilling. Today, I was not chilling. I was in Dollywood. I was trying to enjoy the sweet sounds of my beautiful queen, Miss Dolly Parton, and enjoy her rides and her baby and her food. And I couldn't because I was so stressed all day. It's been a lot. Um, I'm just hoping it goes how I think it's gonna go and that I'm okay. That's all you can ever hope for. Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's move to Al now. Al, as you see, Sam and Marvin are here from the other tribe. You guys have now encountered something that has been in effect due to Thrill Island at two different tribal councils, especially now in a swap. How do you feel that this twist affects the way that people interact at tribal council?
It's weird because in most of my previous games, like the other tribe would get to like watch tribal. It was just um and like expected to watch tribal, and I guess you can on the YouTube and live. Never mind, ignore that. It's weird because it's been a long day. I'm sorry. Um, it's weird because we swapped and there's no way of knowing who's going to come, and there's no really way to plan. You have to plan for so many different options of people who might come over and what they're like. Before, when it was just pre-swap Teacups and Skyfall, you knew that whoever was coming, I mean, we didn't know anybody was coming our first time, but like you knew that it was the other team. And now you don't really know what people's motives are. A, for wanting to be there, B, in the vote. And it's really difficult to plan for because there are so many different combinations of people who could come over. Also, you have to plan for if somebody were to want to vote one of the people out who's coming over, you have to take into account the possibility for immunity. What a great question you've asked me. I for sure thought about it beforehand and had a nice, concise answer for you. Yeah, that went well. Good job, me.
All right, J1. So, on a scale of boiled to scrambled, how messy are these eggs today?
They're fucking scrambled, bro. Like they're scrambled, and they were scrambled like 10 minutes before tribal. That's like they're a mess. Well, people are a mess on here. Some of them. We're gonna find out who in particular once this vote is out. After this vote is done, it's in particularly the messiest. So, guess we'll see.
All right, Logan, can you answer? Do you need to type? Do you need me to give me time? Okay. So Jay just brought up, in regards to boiled to scrambled, that these eggs were very scrambled. They've been scrambled all day, even up to 10 minutes before tribal. Is it been the same energy with you where like it seems that things are changing on the fly and it's scrambled nonstop? Or is this just some perception that Jay has that no one else has? All right. Well, Logan's doing that. I'll move on to Chris. Oh, okay. For real, it has been. My name has been thrown out, Julia's as well, but I think everyone's on the same page at this point. It was so scrambled today that I had to take an hour breather of strategy. Okay, Chris, I'll ask you this question then. Um, Logan says he thinks everyone's on the same page. Do you agree? Do you think that everyone is truly on the same page despite the so-called constant scrambling that's been happening today?
I have no idea. I would frankly usually say, yeah, I think enough people were on the same page. But I think today, literally, all of the chaos was caused because nobody was actually on the same page. It was often one name getting thrown out, then getting leaked through different means or accidents, then a different name getting thrown out to counteract that, and back and forth and back and forth. And it's just a pendulum that's swinging around at all times, and it's very difficult to tell where people are actually voting or even motivations of why people want to vote that way to begin with. I am pretty certain almost every single person's name has been mentioned as a legitimate possibility, with more than half of them actually having momentum at some point during the day. So no, I'm going to disagree and say that I don't think there's any consensus because there hasn't been any consensus all day.
All right. So let's move on to Marvin and Sam. Sam, you and Marvin, you've heard the answers of people's tribal council questions tonight. How are you feeling?
Confused. Honest answer. Yeah. No. Yeah. I wasn't sure what to expect coming in, but I didn't expect what I've come to find out. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But nice to see you guys anyway.
Am I supposed to answer now?
Yes,
I'll take that as
Marvin.
yes. Yeah, no, it seems like there's a lot going on. Not a lot of meeting as to a solid plan. So as to where our votes end up going, who knows? I guess we'll just pick a name and throw the votes that way. So
All right. And let's just ask our general questions. Raise your hand if you think that tonight your name is going to be the last name written and the person voted out. Do you think you'll be voted out tonight? Raise your hand. Sorry, I made it very complicated for no reason. Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of confident people. All right. And if you could compare this round to a roller coaster, what roller coaster would it be and why?
The swinging pirate ship. I think I've explained my point well enough.
That's not a roller coaster, bestie.
Fine, then like
That's-
Voodoo at like Dorney Park. That's like it goes up and down, but it's on a steel track. That definitely counts.
Volcano the Blast Coaster at Hershey Park because no Hershey Park. King's Dominion.
It's not Hershey Park.
King's Dominion. It was King's Dominion. I'm so sorry. It's been one of those days. Because it was destroyed because it was kind of an eyesore and it was falling apart.
I will say Rip Ride Rocket, rest in peace, Universal Orlando, because that bitch gives me a headache. Thank you.
Wait, what happened to Rip Ride Rocket? I didn't hear this.
Yeah, they're closing it down. Rest in peace, Rip Ride Rocket.
Very sad.
I know. Pouring one out.
All right. And last but not least, if anyone else has anything they would like to say final, any pre-vote advantages that'd like to be played, now would be the time to do so. All right. If that's everything, it is 10:29 EST. I'm going to give you until 10:32 EST to lock your votes in. In the meantime, we are live in the VL. So if you want to make any shout outs, now be the time. I am walking away and getting the votes all tallied.
I'm seeing if I got something first and then I'll send my message.
Shout outs to the Brad Culpepper law billboard I saw while driving back from Florida.
Fuck you, Brad Culpepper.
I did in fact get a daily
also
twin.
shout outs to the guy that passed out on my flight. That he's doing good.
Shout out to first and foremost Dolly Parton. Thank you for your service, Queen.
Doing more for literacy than the Department of Education.
Damn straight she is. Shout out to my lovely.
Definite shout out to Dolly Parton for playing the Cowboy Carter album.
Period.
That's crazy.
Shout out to my lovely project guest, Morgan. Morgan, I love you. And shout out to the best player to ever play Distortion, Mr. Fred Davino. Thank you, Fred.
Don't even joke like that.
There was beef and I know it.
Bring me back.
Bring him back.
We will bring Fred back in exchange for one Beyonce ticket for Grace.
Please.
Isn't the concert over? The tour, isn't it over?
There's another act. She can go back on tour.
I will ponder this deal.
Please do.
I think this qualifies as bribing prod. I feel like there's something against this.
He's ridiculous. I'm so sorry, everyone.
You brought him here.
I know.
Ow.
Oh.
Think I can stand 3 more hours today. It's only 10:30.
Hello, everyone. Can you see me? All right. Before we get to the votes, if anyone has a hidden mini idol or an advantage and they'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right. Logan stands. And then he sits back down. All right. All right. Votes are locked. When I read the final vote, that person will have just a couple of seconds to say their goodbyes. Leave the Zoom. Do not leave the announcements chat. I'll read the votes. First vote, Logan. Second vote, Jay. Third vote, Logan. Fourth vote, Jay. Fifth vote, Logan. Sixth vote, Logan. Seventh vote, Logan. Eighth vote. And the third person voted out of Distortion Survivor Thrilltopia, Logan. Logan, if you have any final words, I know you can't speak, but you could definitely type them. All right. He says, gonna blow up everyone's game real quick, specifically Jay's. Al, Jay is going for you. There was a 3-person alliance with me, Chris V, and him made on night 1. He doesn't trust you. He wanted to go for you this round until we pivoted to Chris O, and then the Julia/me thing happened.
Are you done typing?
I don't know what Jay has been saying to everyone. He said I was his number one. False, obviously. My allegiance in this game were to the 5 until he pivoted off. Chris O / Eric / Chris V and I had a 4-person. Tried to blindside Jay. Obviously didn't happen, but I digress. Chris O is a very hard gamer. I feel like Chris O and Jay were the ones who said everyone's name. At the end of the day, I appreciated all of you and good luck. Are you good, Logan? All right, Logan, thank you so much for playing. I've waited a long time to get you to play this game, but I'm really thankful that you were able to take the time and apply for this season. But unfortunately, the tribe has spoken. You may leave the Zoom. And with that, congratulations on making it to the final 13 of Distortion Survivor Thrilltopia. I can definitely do math. So I will be making a post in the announcements chat for your next challenge. It will be semi-live. You will have to do it as a tribe. So take that as you will. It'll be posted in the announcements chat. All of you will have to find a time that works for you guys to compete. So just